Our special guest of the show is Fatiha Majid. She's 33 years old, entrepreneur in technology. Her South Asian women to launch the first free family matchmaking marriage app in the West. Assalamu alaikum, and thank you so much for joining us and living the life.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. Let's go straight for the kill, so to speak. Family. What does it mean by family matchmaking? Can you tell us a bit about this app?
Okay. Well, BA is a family matchmaking app. It's where Muslim families connect with other Muslim families, and they introduce their loved ones to each other. The key is the loved one is involved in the process.
So it's like a family affair. So
yeah. I mean, at the moment, Muslim families look for majority of Muslim families look for their loved ones anyway.
Yeah.
And there isn't a family matchmaking app out there. So it's, BA is very much filling a gap within the market.
So everyone can use it in your family members, like we were talking before, parents, uncle, aunties, brothers, sisters.
Grandparents.
So it's quite safe app.
Yes, it is quite a safe app, I would say.
How?
Can you, sorry to jump
No, go on.
Because there's so much to talk about.
Yes.
I'm really interested in this because there's so many different apps out there, but yours definitely is separated from the rest because it's family involved, so to speak. I just want to do a bit of backtracking. Can you tell us a bit more about your background, how you got involved in all this?
Okay. So my background is in psychology. I studied psychology at university. I've got frontline experience in social work. I've worked with vulnerable families over the years in mental health and youth empowerment. In terms of my background, so I've struggled with finding someone through family.
Yeah.
A few years back, many years back, I did ask my family to look for someone for me, and the process wasn't very easy. I found it quite difficult. The people who they introduced me to weren't suitable, and the reason why they weren't suitable is because they didn't have the same values as me, and my family weren't very connected. So if they were more connected, they would have introduced me to greater quality matches. So through my research, back in 2018, I spoke with many people, and some people said the process is quite easy.
Yeah.
Other people said that it's quite difficult. So I could see that there was a huge need in the market. There isn't an app out there for family matchmaking in the West, so I thought, actually, why don't I just create this and solve this huge problem?
Perfect.
How was the response from other people, like when people were downloading the family app matchmaking? How was the response?
The response has been quite positive.
Yeah.
I've had people approach me through events.
Wow, mashallah.
Through events and contact me and just thanking me, like, there's a huge need. The Muslim community is really hungry for this.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for creating an app. So it's been positive so far. I would say. I mean, it's early days. We're building up our user base, and that's why I'm here to spread the news about it.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Yep.
Sounds really exciting. Can you tell us a bit more about the actual process? So if you download the app, what's the first thing you do, and then take us through the process? So
when you download the app, you need a picture of your loved one.
So
you put that up. But before you do that, actually, just
find a good picture.
Before that, seek permission from your loved one. They need to be in agreement that they're happy for you to go and search for them.
Right.
Download the app, put a picture up, just complete a few details. Not very much, if you're looking for a bride or groom, what age range, and then you just get into the app and you start swiping. And at your own convenience, you fill out the rest of the information in the form. And we ask all the difficult questions, so our users don't have to. So families are interested in where the parents are from, where the grandparents are from, which area in the world they're from, how many members are within the family, how many are married, how many are not.
Oh,
wow.
Wow, it goes really deep.
It does go deep. And there's a bit around family insights, so around the loved one. What is uncle and aunt saying about this loved one? And what is brother and sister? So you get an idea about, the family dynamic and the key relationships. There is a bit around family reference as well.
You mean reference, when you talk about reference, like get a reference from other people?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So you
handy.
you put down the family reference.
Yeah.
Can you
And-
reference this?
Yeah, and someone can contact that
Yeah.
middle family just to find out more about your family. So it's quite in depth, I would say. And there's stuff around the loved one, around their love map, around their ambition, what's stressing them out. So
it's like a whole. It's like a whole CV of the whole family.
Yes.
Because they say the more you tell people, the
Yep.
more you find out about the other families or a person as well.
Yeah.
Has it been very difficult for other people? Like, say, if I'm looking for a rishta, which I'm not,
Yes. Yeah.
and I have to put all my details.
Yeah.
I have this,
Yeah.
and if I clash with somebody else,
Yeah.
okay, he doesn't have that,
Yeah.
so why should I marry? So I
Yeah.
have to go to the next one.
Yeah.
What if it becomes very difficult for me and I can't find anyone? Do you face any kind of like challenges like that? Like people get fed up and they say, you know what, I can't find anyone.
I mean, it's early days. So we've been live since July 21st last year, so we're building our user base. So it's around having as many users go on, use it, and give us feedback about what their experience is, and to tell us about their successes as well. So in reality, yes, people do get fed up with that process. And there are all these WhatsApp groups out there, these marriage WhatsApp groups.
Okay.
So mothers are actually becoming more tech savvy just to find someone for their son or daughter. They're using these WhatsApp groups, and there's a sharing of bio data, and it's a lot of personal information.
Right.
And they are these groups are like bursting at the seams. But then there are issues around that as well. So like people contact families once, like a year down the line, and that family they've already got married.
Yeah, I was just going to touch on it because data protection is such a huge thing now, GDPR and all those kind of
That's
things.
right,
So I'd
yeah.
imagine you've covered all those bases. In terms of security for the actual app itself, how secure are we looking at? Because you're talking about family details, relations, blah, 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 referencing, things like that. So
we say to families, put information on the app, which you are comfortable with sharing. And in terms of the pictures which you share, it's not just the picture of the bride or groom. You're also sharing pictures of your family as well, and you see who mum and dad is and siblings. And also, if you're going to take a picture, make sure that it's not number 10, whichever road you live on. It's not clear as to where.
Oh, wow.
So we give that advice to our users. In terms of security-wise, we also have video chat, which is a brilliant feature. So with families, they can connect with other families, and it's a boost feature. They connect with other families and video chat, and that's the initial kind of screening process before they actually invite them round for rishta dinner. So I'm sure you've heard of all these rishta dinners which take place. I mean, I know someone who I think they've gone through about 100 rishta dinners in the space of like 4 years. That's a lot of rishta dinners.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Money.
And 4 years they have been still searching.
Still searching.
Is that right?
They're unmarried.
So I was telling you before that there's a lack of proposal or rishtas in UK.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a lot.
So
4 years is a very long time.
Yeah, so this definitely impacts people's this actual process of trying to get married, and the traditional your family comes to my family, we met at a library or whatever, come talk to so in your opinion, what would you say is making a shift in society now with these apps? Is it going in the right direction, do you think?
So most of the halal dating apps at present, it takes a Western approach to finding love.
Yeah.
So the individual is looking for themselves, and they get family involved later down the line. Now, from my experience of these halal dating apps, it hasn't been very positive. There's been a lot of time wasters. It doesn't get to where I would have ideally liked it to go in the past. I'm married right now, so I'm not just going to throw that out there. So, I mean, that's had a lot of issues. So right now, what a lot of people are saying is they're quite fed up of using these apps. I spoke with a woman earlier today, and she was saying how she feels that majority of the users, the female users, are more genuine than the male users, and people are becoming quite disenchanted by it, and people are actually coming back to their family and be like, you know, can you please look?
Yeah,
so
that's right. Yeah,
I think this is the right time that Bia has appeared on the market. So inshallah, many people will use it and see the benefit of it. And
do you have a team to work with you, or are you just working on your own?
I do have a team. So my model is I outsource and have a remote team, so I can work anywhere in the world, and they can as well. So have my team is up to about 10 people.
10 people?
Yeah, I would say.
Wow, that's really, mashallah, that's really,
really
good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. What's the name of the app if people want to download it?
It's called Bia Bia.
Bia.
So B-I-Y-E.
What does it mean, Bia Bia?
In Bengali, it means marriage, wedding.
Marriage, wedding. All right.
But this app isn't just for Bengalis. It's for all Muslims.
For all Muslims.
Yes.
So how do you spell it again?
B-I-Y-E.
B-I-Y-E. Okay.
Bia Bia.
Yes.
Bia Bia.
Yeah, in my language, we can say Bia Bia and Bear. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, this is really exciting. Inshallah, everything goes really well. We're going to come back to you. We're just going to have a quick break now. So when we come back, make sure you grab a drink in the meantime, and we'll see you soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Living the life.
It's got the Tinder light.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. We are live.
Oh, we are.
I think Bilal forgot.
I'm talking away now.
Yes, Bilal is talking.
We're back. I'm sorry, I apologise. We're back. Before the break, we were talking to Fatiha Majid about her wonderful, wonderful app, mashallah. We've just got to quickly continue with that. As we were saying before the break, how can people get in contact with yourself if they have any questions or anything? Are you on social media, that kind of thing?
Yes, if you can contact me on @Bia app. You can contact,
Okay.
You can send me a message through that.
Yeah.
Wonderful, yeah.
All right. I've heard you have something special for our viewers as well.
Yes, I do.
What is it?
I do.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
So I would like to give Islam Channel viewers 1 month free boost to use. So download Bia Bia app.
Yeah.
It's available on Google and Apple stores. With Boost, you get to view in-depth profiles, get video chat, have expanded search. So there's all these features which you can benefit from. So if you download now between now and next Wednesday's show, I'll give you 1 month boost. And it gives you enough time to speak with your loved one and get their permission. So that's why I'm giving some time, because that's key, isn't it?
Very clever. 1 month free, guys. Make sure you download the app. BiaBia.com, right?
Yes.
BiaBia.com. Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, mashallah, 1 month. That's really good. So I can tell my friends actually to download Bia Bia as well, because they are still looking for the right partners as well.
Go for it.
But do you think that they are right partners? Because sometimes, relationship is very difficult as well. It all requires compromise.
Yes.
And a communication.
Yes, no, I completely agree.
You cannot, like people say, I will perfect everything, but in relationship is a different term.
Yeah.
There's no perfection in relationship. What do you think, Bilal? Am I right or wrong?
Yeah,
So it needs more communication, respect, and compromise.
Yes, no, I agree.
Oh, that's a big word, isn't it? Compromise. You've got a whole family trying to compromise.
That's good. Well, anyway, Fatiha, thank you so much for joining us today. It was so nice to talk to you. And today we've learned so much about that, how people are finding difficulty to find the proposal, rishtas. But hopefully your app will help other people in the UK as well.
Inshallah.
And thank you again, once again.
Yes.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're more than welcome anytime.
Thank you.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. Now we are